Hi. So this video is about how to get your shoulder blades down from your ears and thus release tension from your neck and your upper shoulders. Most of us, that's where we hold our tension. And it makes sense. This is our fight or flight. And a lot of us get tension headaches. So this technique will help you alleviate those tension headaches, and it also is going to help you with your exercise as well. So I want you to imagine the triangular bones that are your shoulder blades and the bottom points or tips of those shoulder blades on your back. Attached to those sort of bottom tips, you can think of it this way, are the big latissimus dorsi muscles that are in the form of the letter V on our back. So I want you to imagine the letter V, and you're going to allow your shoulder blades to slide down your back in the form of that letter V, as if they're going to meet at your spine just above your waistline. Now, they're not going to move that far down, but if you think of it that way, you're going to have more success getting them where you want them to go. You don't want to push them down. You don't want to force them down. You're not moving from here. You're moving from these bottom points, the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, and you're simply allowing the shoulder blades to move down in the form of that letter V. As you get a little bit more comfortable with this and more experienced at allowing your shoulders to slide down, you can start adding a little bit of effort, and that's when it would be appropriate to maybe add some weights, like if you've ever gone to the gym and you do a lat pull down. If you've ever seen anybody pulling down and their shoulders coming up like that, don't emulate them. They're not doing it right. You want the shoulders to come down in that V, and then you pull that bar down. So let's practice that, and we're going to do it on the exhale. Now I am going to lift my shoulders once again because I like to exaggerate to allow you to see more clearly what it is I'm talking about. So the shoulders come up, and then exhale, and the shoulders slide down in the V. So all you're going to notice is that your shoulders come down from your ears, and you may already begin to feel a little bit of tension releasing from there. If you don't feel the tension releasing right away, don't worry about it. For many of us, it takes a little bit more practice. Let's try that again. Most of us have been told that the way you get your shoulders down is to roll them up and back. Well, maybe from this angle you can see that I'm sticking my chest out. But to really make my point, I'm going to try it again from the side. Can you see? Look, I'm sticking my chest all out. My back is arched here, and that really doesn't feel very good. It should be back here. So don't roll your shoulders and pull them back. That's engaging different muscles. It's not so much the lats that we're just talking about. You can practice this. Maybe go stand against a wall so that you just barely feel the back of your shoulders against a wall, and allow your shoulder blades to slide down your back as you exhale. Then maybe you'll feel, if you're sticking your chest out, you'll feel your back is coming away from the wall a little bit. That's one tip and tool. The other thing is, we've got to think about what's going on in the front of our body when we're doing this work back here. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter how much you simply allow your shoulder blades to slide down, if you're like me, you're going to find a way to stick your chest out. So the first thing, we got to get our ribs closed. And it's a little bit of a challenge to close your ribs if your breastbone is sort of tilted up like this. It's not that it really does that, but when we stick the chest forward, it's as if this bone tilts and kind of points out and down in front of us. What we really want is we want that bone pointing straight down to the pubic bone. We don't want it so much pointing down and pulling our chest down. We are still keeping the length in our torso, and in the last video with the breathing on the inhale and the pulling up, you can maintain that, and as you exhale, simply allow this bone to point. And then take the palms of your hands. Press them gently into your ribs just below the bra line. Now you're not going to be sliding your palms. They're gently pressing in. And as you exhale, you're going to reach your fingertips toward one another as if they are going to interlace. And now you're telling the ribs what to do in the front. So let's try that. Try that again. All you're focusing on right now are closing your ribs in the front and allowing your breastbone to point downward. So when you play with that a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, and get a little more familiar, then go back and focus on allowing the shoulder blades to slide down in that V a few more times, and then try putting them together. Now, all of this is going to happen on the exhale. So you can inhale and allow your shoulders to come up a little bit. As you exhale, allow the shoulder blades to slide down in the V and the ribs to close in front. Could you see how here in my shoulders, even though I wasn't lifting my shoulders, they still went down a little bit when I exhaled? Just like with the other elements, practice them at home a few times and then take it out into the streets, in line at the grocery store, in your car at a stoplight. You don't have to make noise when you breathe, but the more you practice it before you start adding these to your exercises, you will find that they help you so much once you do start with your exercises. Once again, let me know how you like this video, or if it was any help, or if you have any questions in the comments section.